Okay, hello everyone. Hope you all are having a great weekend, great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. This is Venom Linux, and I don't know how many people are familiar with Venom Linux. All of you are well aware of my love for Nutix, which is based on LFS. This is another distro that is based on LFS with inspiration from Crux. So we're going to look at it real quick. Let me pull up the web page here. Welcome to Venom Linux. Venom Linux is a source-based. Now you need to catch that, it's source-based. Venom Linux is a source-based Linux distribution originally built on top of LFS, Linux from scratch, and then independently grows to make it usable for daily use. This distro is inspired by Crux of its simplicity and KISS philosophy. This distro uses BSD style init scripts and BSD like port system for packages. Packages are managed by its own package manager called Scratch Package that has dependencies checking, and it's fully written in Bash. So that gives you a quick rundown. Let's look at the team. The way that I found out about Venom Linux is this lead developer. I don't want to mess his name up. I call him Emmett. He goes by the name Emmett on YouTube. He had subscribed to my channel on YouTube, so when I was notified of that, I went over to his YouTube channel, and he had one video up that was showing the installation process for Venom Linux. So I subscribed, and I have been kind of keeping an eye on it. That's the lead developer, Muhammad. I'm not going to try to say the other name because I don't want to mess it up. And here's a tester contributor from France, and I don't want to try to say their name either. Out of respect for them, I don't want to risk mispronouncing their names. But Emmett is from Malaysia, so that's where the distro hails from. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave links to all of these pages that I'm pulling up here in the description so that you can peruse over them yourself. Now he also has a GitHub page for Venom Linux. Alright, so that's the Venom Linux website. You can see here there's several items you can click on. Let's go to this download page for Venom Linux. And here are the ISOs that he offers. You get a Venom Xorg, XFCE4, Mate, LXQT, LXDE, and Base. Now what I'm actually running right now, I'm in the OpenBox session, but I downloaded the LXDE version. And I'm going to assume that each one of these is just like what I got. It's just a base desktop environment. And he does include several items to make it, you can go ahead and start using it right away. I'll go over the menu in a moment and show you what comes on the system out of the box. Now I also have downloaded this Xorg ISO, and I'm going to eventually, once I finally get my feet wet, I'm going to probably try to install this and build my own system off of it. But right now I'm running the LXDE system, I'm not running LXDE, I'm running OpenBox, but that's the ISO I downloaded. Okay, now this is based on Linux from scratch, inspired by Crux, and uses BSD and init scripts. He has his own package manager, but he also has recently come up with this ISO. Linux from scratch LiveCD. And I don't know if I'm quite ready to tackle that one yet, but you can install it. He has a video on his YouTube channel showing the installation process for this one also. Oh, I forgot to mention both Venom Linux and the LFS LiveCD are multi-lib, and also Venom Linux does have Steam and Wine in the repos, so that might be a little more alluring to some people, I don't know. But he has this one ISO available where you can actually install rather quickly Linux from scratch. Now the difference from what I can tell, the Venom Linux, it uses Linux from scratch, but his package manager that he's written will automatically go out and find all the dependencies that are needed for a package. Whereas if you just install this, I'm going to assume that you're going to have to install all the dependencies yourself for a package, including the package. Now if I'm wrong about that, I apologize. That's just what I gather. Okay, and now here is his YouTube channel. He now has two videos. This is the one that shows the installation process for Venom Linux. Very quick and easy installation using an Ncurses installer. Very similar to installing Nutix, but I would think it's pretty much just follow the steps. It's not that hard at all. Very easy to install. And now this is kind of like doing a debootstrap. If you've ever installed Arch, you'll have no problem. What I did notice about the LFS installation is he actually gives instructions as you're going through the installation process. It gives instructions for the next step, so he even makes that easier for you. So okay, that's it. Without further ado, let's look at the system just a little bit. Now the first thing I want to do, this is not the default wallpaper. That's one I picked up off of Pixabay. I thought it might go well with a Venom Linux distro. Now again, I'm in the open box session. I've taken the time to add the things that I want to use in open box, and let's go through the menu and I'll show you what comes out of the box when you install the LXDE ISO. You get LeafPad, that's the only accessory. You get all these Qt5 items here. Graphics, you get the image viewer, which is GPIG view. Internet, you get Firefox, HexChat, and transmission. All of those were included. You get the full LibreOffice suite. Preferences, all of these items are what come with LXDE, except for the Tent 2 settings, because I installed Tent 2 for my panel. Sound and video, you get Audacious, SM Player, Simple Screen Recorder, and VLC. I think VLC was already included. I don't think I installed it. Under System, PCman FM, Gparted, LX Terminal, Cups, manage your Cups printing, Task Manager, all the Xterm and UXterm, and Tent 2 I installed. So you can see it's actually pretty complete. Now, what is it like to run? Well, I really like it. I have to admit, I've long been interested in a source-based distribution. About, I'm going to guess, 2 or 3 years ago, I tried installing Gentoo, and after about 6 hours, I hadn't even gotten to the point where I'd started to compile the kernel yet in Gentoo, and I just gave up. I just turned the computer off and reinstalled one of my own Mio Linux systems on that computer. Uh, that is uh, my only hesitancy, I guess you say, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. Because on a source-based distro, it's building everything, and it takes time. Now, if that doesn't bother you, then this might be an excellent distro for you. And it'd be an excellent distro for anybody, because it'd be an excellent chance to learn a little bit more about what's going on. But let me show you, and we're going to try installing a package. I think I've come up with one that I want to install. Now, since it's source based, I want to keep things, I don't want that many packages on the system, just for that one reason, is when updates come down, it might take a while, and it did. It's still taking a while for me. Let's look at the terminal, and let's see if I can increase the size so you can see a little better. Alright, let's go over some basic commands. Now, I've already done this just to save a little time. Sudo scratch sync, that will sync your repository, and sudo scratch sys up, system upgrade. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this and let you see something. I installed this last Saturday. I've had it on this computer now for a week, and I have been upgrading a little each day ever since then. Now, I don't want that to scare anyone. I have a slow internet connection here, and I only have 2 CPUs. So, I'm fighting against a slow internet connection, and I don't have a lot of power on this computer. So I'm already a little bit crippled. But I have been upgrading a little each day ever since I installed it. And actually the first couple of days I didn't really understand what I was doing. It's not that I did anything wrong. I just didn't realize, how long some of these items might take. You can see here it's looking for the dependencies. After 2 days and a total of 14 hours, that's another thing. I only have so much time each day to devote to using this computer. So that's another drawback against me. I can't just leave this computer on and just let it keep going until everything is upgraded. And you can see this is taking a little while, and that's because of my internet connection. So the first 2 days I was basically just starting over, because one of the first packages that needed to be upgraded, I think, was LVM or LLVM. I can't remember what it was. And just that package alone took something like, I'm going to say 12 hours to get it upgraded on my internet connection and on my system. Okay, you can see here there's 42 upgrades available, and there's one new install, and all the upgrades will have this green U, or well, it's green on my terminal. Here's the new installation. I'm not really sure what that is, libtirpc. When I started, I had 74 upgrades available. So I've been working at it a little each day, trying to get things going, and so far everything's going fine. I'm just taking my time, letting it do what I can do. And I know that might be a turn off to some people that it might take so long, but to me it's enjoyable, and I think you'll learn some stuff by using a system like this. Now, let's see, like Firefox here. Firefox is going to get an upgrade. Probably what I will do is remove this Firefox, just download the tar file from Mozilla and run the executable. That way, that'll be one less package I'll need to worry about getting upgraded. But after I finish the video, I'm gonna start the upgrade again, let it go through what it needs to do, and put as much time into it today as I can, and pick up where I left off the next time I start up. So that's basically what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna start the upgrade. Let me clear this, and let's see. I've shown how to sync the repos. I've shown how to do an upgrade. You can also upgrade individual packages with sudo scratch upgrade, and if I were going to upgrade Firefox, that's what I would do. You can search for packages. You don't have to do sudo for that. Scratch search. Now I went over the ISOs. He didn't include a plasma, but plasma is in the repo. If you want plasma, it's here. You can see it right there. There are also various window managers. I've looked at Fluxbox, iSwim, JWM, all kind of different window managers are available in the repo. Let's see, is there anything else of major importance? If you do want to install this, let's see, let me pull that web page back up, because he does give some instructions of the commands you need to run. I just want to point that out. I just want to point out the instructions that he gives, because if you download it and he doesn't include any kind of release notes or anything like that with the ISO. So let me just show that real quick. I say real quick, my internet's slow. I don't know if you just heard that, but my stomach growled. All right. Here you go. He talks a little bit about the distro. Gives the live, if you run the ISO, username is Venom, password is Venom, user is root, password is root, and to install it, you run this venom-installer as root. Okay? Where is it? Okay, here we go. You are advised to update ports database and make a full upgrade at first install. That was the scratch sync, that would update. Scratch sysup, that's the full upgrade. After running those two commands, after you finished your upgrade, you are advised to run revdep. I have not gotten to that point yet. And you can optionally run update conf after the package upgrade to update the package's configuration files. I have run that because I have performed some upgrades. So I just wanted to point that out. There are some very important notes here that you might want to look at. Now, he has a GitHub page. I already mentioned that. He also has a GitHub page for the LFS LiveCD, and I will put links to those in the video description. Alright, let's see if we can install a quick package here. Let me increase the font. I'm kind of torn. I was either going to install, well, let's see if it's even in here. Scratch search calculator, and it's in there. So I was wondering, should I install that live in the video? I don't know how many dependencies that thing has. Now, I will say everything has installed rather quickly. Probably on average, packages have installed in less than, I'm going to say 5 minutes. Some of them install in less than a minute. The one that took the longest for me to install, and I'll show it to you, Numix Blue. That right there took me about 45 minutes because it had to install a lot of Ruby items, and it just took a long time. I kind of wish I hadn't put it on there now. I might remove it. But most packages install really quick. Like I said, he's written his own package manager, and it gets all the dependencies for you. But I'm going to try to install NeoFetch. I'm thinking NeoFetch might install a little quicker than Calculator. Sudo scratch install NeoFetch. Oh, I've already installed it. I didn't know I'd installed it. Okay. Let's install Calculator and hope it doesn't take too long. I don't remember installing NeoFetch. Maybe I did. I don't know. Alright, let's see how long this takes. Here we go. Now, I have run into this several times where it tries to connect to a site to download the tar file, and it might take it several tries before it finally connects. While that's running, I'm going to open another terminal. I'll move this up here out of the way so you can still see. I'm going to see what NeoFetch looks like. See, I haven't even done this yet. I don't know what it... Oh, there we go. I wonder if that was already pre-installed, because I just don't remember using it. Do that so you can see. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is a rolling release. Got 504 packages installed. The shell is bash. Open box is my window manager. I'm using my own window manager theme, and icons are paper mono dark, and right now it's using 532 because we've been doing a lot of work on here. Okay, and this still has not connected. It'll eventually connect, so what I'm going to do, I will probably insert a little music here because I don't really have anything else to talk about. I just wanted you guys to see what it was like to actually install a package. So I'm going to be quiet now. I am going to continue to let this run, and I will come back whenever it's finished. Be right back. You guys enjoy the music. Okay, as you saw, once it finally connected to that main site to download the tar file, it actually built it pretty quickly, and it has successfully created the package. So let's see if that's true. Also, I am using P menu for my applications menu, and there's calculator. If you recall, when I looked at accessories before, that wasn't there. And let's see if calculator knows what it's doing. 9 plus 3 equals. It works. All right. So there you go, guys. This is Venom Linux, based on Linux from scratch, a rolling distro which is source based, and I would recommend it. I think it's fantastic. You know, Init has done some great work here. So if you want to try it, I will leave the link so you can download it. And you guys have a great day. Take care. Thanks for watching.